Hello, this is my EDLE 8305 Effective Management to Promote Student Leadership, a reflective video for Module 3 for Dr. Kuhn. And I first chose one of the articles for self-care in Module 3. The title is 6 Self-Care Practices for School Leaders. It is by Kathleen King, Danny Yanya, Julia Fowles. It's proactively making a habit of self-care can help principals prevent burnout and protect their well-being. This article definitely spoke to me. It starts off with a testimonial about someone who was the last one to leave, the first one to come to school as the principal, and went to all the social events and was a very caring principal, but at the end, burnout and began to struggle and actually quit. So there was no work-life balance with this principal. It also mentions that in 2020 that there was a rise in the negative effects for principals, and there was attrition. I was assistant principal in 2020 at a big high school of 3,300 students, and I do remember that being a very stressful time. And it talks about the negative effects when principals come and go very quickly, and it trickles down to student level, and that's definitely not what we want. I did learn some of these self-care things during 2020. This article was written, I think, in 2021, and I did start some of these things at that time, and I still practice those now, and it is a good reminder of those self-care practices that help us as principals with the high stress that comes with the job and the workload. Studies show that principals really want more than just a paycheck, and these really resonated with me. One was that the social culture at their school thrive, a sense of community and a meaning of work, that we contribute to the community, and satisfaction and achievement. So I do keep those things in mind as well. Those are the things that fill my cup, and as I'm trying to do those things and the workload gets hard, I do practice some of the self-care in this article that we'll go over now. The first one is practicing mindfulness. In mindfulness, there are breathing practices, and I liked where it said being the thermostat and not the thermometer. So I get to control how I feel about something, and I get to take the time to process and then be in control of my own thoughts and feelings. And just using breathing practices is one of the ways that I do that. And just making sure that I stay in the moment and not over worry about something that's not in my control, are some of the ways that I become mindful. And I have learned how to do that, and 2020 definitely taught me more of that. The next one is setting intentions. I do love this. So every morning I had, right after 2020, I started doing a Bible study and a journaling in the morning. So when I wake up, that's the first thing I do is I do a Bible study, and I have a journal, and I do write down things that I'm grateful for, which is another one of the 6 ways to stay, have self-care. And I definitely do this. I do set my intentions, but I do like that it encourages us to set our intentions as a principal. So that's something I think I'm going to try next year, is to begin my morning when I'm working on morning announcements and making sure those are ready to go in the morning, is to sit down and just set my intention for my school day. I do set an intention for my full day as a person, but that's another way to do that. And then also establishing daily healthy habits. This is very important. I had gained a lot of weight right around 2020, and when I went back to work, I started eating healthier and taking vitamins. And last year I set an accountability partner, which was my assistant principal, because I do love to eat the school food, and I forget to bring my lunch quite a bit, and that is not healthy for me in my age group. So he would keep me accountable not to eat the cheeseburgers and the chicken nuggets, and to bring a salad. And I'm going to continue doing that next year, is just to try to do that. One of the things that I want to do more of is to definitely, after bus loading zone and the kids have gone home, take a few minutes and just walk. Even if it's hot outside, maybe I can walk in the building, but just take a few minutes to myself before I end out the day, and to do a little walking. I do stay late quite a bit, but there is sometimes time in between a basketball game or something like that where I could take a little bit of time to walk and bring my tennis shoes. So just planning ahead for that, I think, would be good. We talked about practicing gratitude, and I do have a gratitude journal that I do that. Building self-regulation skills. This was something I really did learn as an AP in a big school. Is just to be mindful of my own feelings and not to get in my feels about things, and to try to keep a level head and reserving my calm. That one I will continue to do, and I think I've grown in that area. The last one is invest in positive relationship building. I do have a set of girlfriends that were teachers with me a long time ago. They're almost all retired except for me. But we go out once a year on a beach trip, and then once a month we go out to eat, and they just see me as Amy. They don't see me as Dr. Westbrook. They don't think of me as a principal. I get to be myself, and they don't judge me. And we had fun, and it's just a really sweet group, and we also have a group text. I also have relationships within the school. We have a set of principals, all the middle school principals in my county. We have a group text, and it's a really good way to ask questions during the day if you don't know something or you forgot something, or hey, did someone send that email? Where is it? Kind of thing. And so they're very supportive as well. I definitely think the relationship piece, taking the pauses at night. I listen to a podcast that does like a body scan in it to keep us calm, and there's music that goes with it it's an app. So those are some of the things that I do. This definitely helped me reinforce. I think the one that I'll take away for next year is to do that setting intentions at work for the school day, just specifically what I want to do. If I'm going to walk the building that day, or spend some time with so-and-so, or do something like that, that would fill my cup, would be good. So that's the end of my video. I hope you enjoyed that. It's a little more than 3 minutes, so I hope it's not too long. Have a great day. Thank you.